I'm pleased to be here, and please allow me again to thank to the organizers, to the hosts, Istanbul Underwriting Center, also to Media Exprim. It's wonderful to be here in the single city of the world, sitting on 2 continents, speaking with our colleague, Mr. Hilmi from the Turkish Motor Insurance Bureau. He was telling me in Bucharest this time, when we were at a dinner together, sitting at the same table, he was telling me that he is working on a continent and living on another continent. This is possible only here. This is very interesting. This is a place where we come together from different parts of the world. It's the first time I see someone from Lebanon. I'm very happy to see this. Yeah. It's the first time I meet people from Uzbekistan, from Azerbaijan. It's very interesting indeed. And then another mentioning, I was the lucky winner of a prize. This is again a good example of international cooperation, communication. A lady from Greece, coming from a company from Holland, coming here in Istanbul in Turkey, gave me the prize coming from Romania. The prize is a product from the United States, maybe, I didn't read it yet, maybe produced in China. So this is a very nice example of cooperation.
And a Turkish lady was jealous.
Yeah. So now to start my short presentation, some information about my presentation. My presentation is pretty exhaustive. It has 33 pages. Not very full, very dense, but it takes the protection of a Romanian resident, of a Romanian citizen, and takes it via the home country from Romania with different scenarios where it can be in Romania for the first time, the accident. Then in Bulgaria, another member state, young member state of the European Union. I chose also neighboring country in order to be relevant for this part of our world. And then accident in Turkey, with some examples, with international claims. Motor business seems pretty simple. Yeah, all people or all men at least are very good in football and all know all about motor business, so I don't have many to tell you here. But still, if you try to complicate cases, they are really complicated. Then some words about, and I will hold your attention and insist only on the Turkish part. I will go through the slides pretty quick in order to save some time. But in order to have all these examples, if you are watching the presentation, to have a clear overview. It wasn't easy for us. We have deregulated our market since 2000, starting with 2003 to 2007. The market was strongly regulated. The MTPL tariffs were established by law. You are not allowed as a dealing company with MTPL to establish your own tariffs. And we have started with this some 3 or 4 years before the EU accession of Romania. In 2007, we succeeded in being a member, and also to fulfill some higher degree of protection of the victims. Having this motor guarantee fund, this is called a little bit different in Romania, but coming out of the directives, the motor guarantee fund to protect even better victims of accidents produced by uninsured cars. The main idea is the following. The main idea is, I think you know, the state has to take care that each and every vehicle is insured for compulsory MTPL. This is why it's compulsory. If the states fail to fulfill this obligation, then the third party shouldn't be suffering more than a person who had, let's say, the luck, although it's not a luck, to be hit or damaged by an insured vehicle. So from this point of view, the European Union has said there has to be a guarantee fund in order to take care of these victims as if the car would have been insured. And this has to be valid and to protect all European citizens. So our motor guarantee fund, as well as the others from Germany, from Italy, and so on, will protect each other citizens. This protection is pretty high. So I'm taking you through this, Romania, 2 cars, with different constellations. I won't insist upon these cases, Then with a car registered in Bulgaria, what happens if it's insured, if it's uninsured, where the injured person can go? This will be, I think, posted, the presentation by the organizers, and you will come upon, if you have unclarities, please call me. You will have also my contact dates. Accident in Turkey. I've took a third country, which is a green card system country member, but not EU member, not applying the directives, motor insurance directives. Here I would point out, if the vehicle coming from Turkey in Romania is uninsured, it has no green card, no valid green card, no false green card in order to engage the liability of the Turkish green card bureau, then we will protect the Romanian and catch him up in the motor guarantee fund and reimburse him. The same would happen if here, as injured person would be any other resident in any other member state. If it's a German, if it's an Italian, we would have to pay him to protect him, because we have failed to make our job to ensure that each and every vehicle that comes into the European Union is insured for third-party motor liability. The third injured party has not to suffer by this. And then unregistered, unknown. Again, quick Bulgaria, but I will drop. It's the same constellation, different situations, Romanian, with Romanian in Bulgaria, uninsured, insured, where the injured party has to go. This is also one thing I would point out. Also from the directives, they have put into our job if there is a dispute regarding the validity of the motor third-party insurance. Imagine that we would squeeze the third party between 2 big players. On one hand, the insurance company denying liability. They say, no, I'm not covering, my validity is not in place. And on the other hand, the guarantee fund may be saying, no, I don't have to intervene, I don't have to pick up this case. And in this case, the directives have established clear that each state has to set priorities. Who will pick up the third party, the injured party, and care for the third party, reimburse the third party, and then eventually prove that he was not the final paying entity. For example, if I have to pick this case up as guarantee fund, I'm not agreeing with the denial of the coverage of the MTPL liability insurer. If I can prove in court or out of court, they will pick up. I would have a recourse right against the insurer. But I won't squeeze and make the victim go from one institution to another. I will jump over Bulgaria to reach sunny Turkey. Now we are in Turkey, and we are outside the European Union, outside of the protection of visitors. What have the directives done? They have put in place 3 or 4 important institutions. Motor Guarantee Fund, who has to follow the rules of the directives. Information Center, in order to find out who is the insurance company of a certain vehicle. And also compensation body. It's pretty complicated, but all these institutions have a certain role in finding the liable MTPL insurer, in finding the right institution to address to in order to be compensated as victim, as visiting victim. This is a further step in protecting the victim when he's abroad in these countries. So, shortly. Now, if two Romanians hit each other here in Turkey, then if the liable vehicle is insured, he can go directly to the MTPL insurer in Romania if he wants to go back, or he can go to the green card correspondent of the Romanian company of the liable driver. He has the choice where to go. If it's uninsured, then we are protecting this guy. We are catching him up in the net of the guarantee fund. We are reimbursing and then taking recourse against the liable driver. In this case, if you put here in the injured part any other resident in another member state, he would be reimbursed by us. On reciprocity, it's the same. Now the liable vehicle is in Bulgaria, but again, accident in Turkey. If the car is insured, he has a choice. It's a green card case because a foreign vehicle is liable for the accident in a foreign country, in Turkey in this case. And the Romanian could go to the Turkish green card correspondent of the Bulgarian vehicle now, but here in Turkey, and to claim for his money. Advantage, the green card correspondent knows perfectly Turkish law. In this case, Turkish law has to be applied in order to be reimbursed as a third party. But he has another choice given to him by these institutions. He can come at home. He is a visiting victim in the country of accident. He can come home in Romania and go to the claims representative which the Bulgarian insurer has to appoint in Romania. There has to be a claims representative appointed in Romania in order to deal with such cases. And he will be reimbursed according to Turkish law, but in Romania, in Romanian language. He will have a partner to communicate in his own mother language. If the car would be uninsured, the Bulgarian liable vehicle uninsured, then either he goes directly to the Bulgarian guarantee fund, or through the Romanian, also our institution is the compensation body, we will deal with the case in the name of the Bulgarian guarantee fund. We will reimburse this guy according to Turkish law again, but then we will be refunded. We will have the right of recourse against the Bulgarian guarantee fund. If the liable vehicle is registered in Turkey this time, if it's insured, the Turkish insurance company has no obligation to apply motor insurance directives, so the injured Romanian would have to address himself directly to the Turkish insurer. He has no possibility to come to Romania, to go as in the other case with a Bulgarian or German or whom else, to address to someone in Romania. He will have to deal with his claim alone. He's not protected as visitor because the Turkish insurance company has no obligation to appoint a claims representative in other countries for this kind of situation. It's a different system than the green card system. The Turkish driver is at home. He's not with his green card. He's not in another country. The visiting victim is in the country of the aggressor, let's say, in this case, If the Turkish vehicle is uninsured, I am pretty sure, but please correct me if I'm wrong, the Romanian would be unprotected. He would have no protection. In this case, no one would pick up his material damage or his damages for bodily injuries because I imagine that the guarantee fund in Turkey is not so generous to pick up Romanians. In this case, we are allowed to make, for example, by law, we are allowed to make bilateral agreements. For example, we could discuss of such an agreement if the uninsured driving in Turkey would be pretty low, if it would be pretty the same level as in Romania, not to be disbalanced in our favor for this time. And as an example, Switzerland is not a member of the European Union. Switzerland is not a member of the European Economical Area. It has not to apply the motor insurance directives, but it chose to do so. And we have signed a bilateral agreement with Switzerland as Romanian, to protect Romanian citizens. And we have said as visitors, we are protecting each other's citizen as if they would be our citizens. So a Swiss guy injured, hit by an uninsured driver or hit and run case in Romania is protected as if he would be a Romanian. He has the same rights. On bilateral cases, if a Romanian is hit by an uninsured car from Switzerland, which never happened up to now, because they have almost 100% insurance in their national park, but it could happen, or a hit and run case happening in Switzerland, the Romanian citizen would be protected as if he were a Swiss citizen. This would be imaginable. We could discuss about it to conclude, or to, when you are right, to conclude such a bilateral agreement, Romania, Turkey, yeah? Or with any other member state of the green card system. If the liable driver now is a visitor from the green card system from Ukraine, for example, he's insured. It's again a typical green card accident. The Romanian would have to address himself to the green card correspondent of the Ukrainian insurance company. If it's uninsured, again, there's no protection. Only if we have concluded a bilateral agreement. The only which we could conclude until now is with Switzerland. And again, if the vehicle which injures the Romanian here in Turkey is unregistered or not under the obligation to be registered, if it's an hit and run case, an unidentified vehicle, again, the Romanian would be not protected because there is no such coverage, I think, of the Turkish guarantee, no such obligation towards the Turkish guarantee fund. So it was not an easy way to reach this point, and it's not easy to go further, but I'm confident we will succeed together. Okay, thank you very much for your attention.